So we've been gathering in groups of light circles each day, and it's been in guidance at the 11 a.m. session to go through the course lesson with Jesus and look at what the denials are to the acceptance of the course lesson as being true. And we do that 5 days a week. And then on Saturdays and on Sundays, I'll just do a recording of the lesson with Jesus's feedback of what to look at. Because we are light and we have the power to look at light first. So if you're not familiar with course lessons or how to do a light circle and the steps, it's merely just focus on the light first and join with Jesus to go through the lesson. And as you focus on the light, and I give you statements from lessons, each lesson, like today, it's lesson 68, just feel in your heart to see if it's true. And then with willingness to see, let Jesus show you in your heart. And this will help you develop that deep dialogue. So, so lesson 68, as we focus on the light first, when we call to Jesus, Jesus, will you show us any denials of the infinite love that we are, and so that we can really just have this lesson sing in our hearts so fully. And the lesson is love holds no grievances. And it's a call to Jesus. Jesus, I would like a direct experience of this, and I am willing to see anything that you would show me. So the question that he asks us to look at is, Jesus, is there a desire in the subconscious mind to hold on to grievances, to believe that grievances are true, to desire an experience of having grievances? I put that over to you. Show me. And he says, yes. And I'll feel that arise. You can just feel it for yourself. And then I say, Jesus, I'm willing to see that. The lesson says, you are by love like itself. You who were created by love like itself can hold no grievances and know yourself. So I'm asking Jesus, is it possible just to give over all grievances? And he says, yes, as a divine being, because love itself in our direct experience as light, when we focus on the light, can we find any grievance? Can the light actually hold grievance that we are? It's a good question to ask in the heart and be willing to have Jesus show you that it cannot. It's impossible. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. Jesus, is there a desire in the subconscious mind to have an experience of forgetting who I am? I'm willing to see that. Yeah, you may notice I find a yawn as that tension. Any kind of tension is denial of divinity, and it just releases. But it can look any way, it doesn't have to look this way. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. So sometimes I'll check in with them again. Jesus, is there any desire to have an experience where I forget who I am? Is that grievance clear? And he'll tell me yes or no. So much happiness. He says to hold a grievance is to see yourself as a body. Jesus, is there a desire in the subconscious mind to see myself as a body? Is there a desire to hold a grievance to see myself as a body? I'm willing to see that another way. And then release this into your holy hands. To hold a grievance is to let the ego rule your mind and condemn the body to death. Jesus, is there a desire in the subconscious mind to let the ego rule my mind? I'm willing to see that differently. Is the desire to have an experience of condemning the body to death? I'm willing to see that differently. Perhaps you do not fully realize just what holding grievances does to your mind. Jesus, am I willing to have an experience where I'm denying the realization of what holding grievances actually does to your mind, to my mind? It's really helpful to keep focusing on the light, this infinite love. And by talking to Jesus, it helps us continue always to be listening for Him and His guidance with each one of these sentences so that He can reveal in our hearts. Yes, we do hold these grievances. I'm willing to see what these grievances are doing to my mind. He says it seems to split you off from your source and make you unlike Him. Jesus, is there a desire to have an experience for me to split myself off and have an experience of being unlike God? I'm completely willing to see that differently. It makes you believe that He is like what you think you have become. Jesus, is there a belief in the subconscious mind that God is like what I think I have become, that I've made myself? Like, yes, like I can feel that. Makes you believe that He is like what you have come in terms of my idea of what God is. And so making God into the idea I think I have of myself and how painful that is. I see that. Thank you. Jesus, is there a desire for an experience to make God in the image, actually, an image of death, that God is a God of death and destruction in the subconscious mind? There's some energy around that released. For no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. For no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. So I'm seeing that if I believe in myself as a body and death, I'll believe the creator is death and conceive the creator as death, unlike myself, like as myself, death, vengeance, and death. So I want to ask Jesus, is there a desire to conceive my creator, but in the image of death, of a body, like of limitation, and yeah, death and destruction? Is there a desire to have that experience? I'm seeing this desired experience to experience God as limited, and I'm willing to see that differently. Shut up, shut off from yourself with self a capital mean God, with of its likeness to its creator. So shut off from the truth of yourself seems to sleep. So the light, when we look at the light as the light, because our we have infinite light, which is always here. That infinite light ever sleep? Can't find that as experience. Like, can that shut off? I can't find that. It's in your heart. While the part of your mind weaves illusions, in its sleep appears to be awake. So is there a desire, Jesus, there a desired experience to shut myself off from my divine nature? I'm willing to see that another way and to let go of that desire. The part where sleep appears to be awake. So, Jesus, is there a desire to have a part of my mind weave illusions? Oh, saying yeah. Okay, I'm giving that over. I see that differently. Oh, infinite love. So much love releasing that. Well, part of your mind, like pretending to be awake. Oh, I want to give that case from all this illusions. Oh yes, grievances denied. He was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. Jesus, I'm willing to see this. Is there a desire in the subconscious mind to hold grievance, to deny I am created by love? I'm willing to see that differently. And his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. So creating these illusions, then, okay, Jesus, I see this. Oh my gosh, the miscreation of God is fearful. Jesus, is there a desire to have an experience where God is fearful? I'm willing to see this differently. I'm fearful of God in the light of truth, in the light of love, of divinity. And his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. Jesus, is there a desire for experience of a dream of hate? I'm willing to see this. I'm willing to see this with all the love that you are, and you tell me I am. I'm willing. So creating my own dream of hatred of myself and hatred of God. Is that true? No. Because love, does love know hate? Can't find it. Infinite love doesn't know hate. It's just happiness. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? Oh, whew, that released a lot of energy. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? Okay. Yeah, if you dream of hatred, you believe God is hatred because it's an image of yourself, of the self, which isn't true. Infinite love. Jesus, I'm willing to see that another way. That I created the dream that I do. It's not true. I want to see that fully. Goes, yes. So much love. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image as it is certain that God created them like himself and define them as part of him. Jesus, is there a desire in the subconscious mind to hold grievances that redefine God's image in my mind? Yeah, to hold a grievance against a brother is only to hold a grievance against yourself. When you hold a grievance against yourself, you will believe that God holds grievances. So, I tell you what, this is the most happiest course lessons I've ever done. He's saying it's really, really fun to do these deep with them. So I'm just going to have a good time and put it all in the light of God. It's so light. You get so happy, ridiculously happy. Okay. Sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image, as it is certain that God created them like himself. So it's got to be a denial. His infinite love cannot create anything other than love in truth. It has to be a miscreation. So, is there a desire for a miscreation of a God in my own image anymore in the subconscious mind? Thankfully, Jesus is saying no. Thank you. Oh, I mean, even if he says yes, I know it's for my own good. Okay, so and define them as part of him. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image as it is certain that God created them like himself and define them as part of him. So that redefinition, that desire to attack myself or to attack an other, is a desire for an experience that God can attack. Give any of that up. Oh, it's so much happiness to see, and that can't be true. Okay. So we create, so it's a creation. I'm not going to say for anyone else because it's for me to see any kind of desire for a grievance is against myself and creating an image of God. It's not very happy. So I'm willing to give that up. Okay. It is sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. So yeah, I see how he's pointing to the can't have both ways. I can't have it both ways, like saying, okay, I'm going to hold grievance because the grievance against myself, because there's only one, there's not other, and therefore any grievance is a grievance against the self, the one, the totality. So anger isn't anger at an other, it's anger at the self, at myself, the one, at totality, at God, when God only makes love and doesn't know anger. And it's part of that. He's saying, it is sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt. Because to deny ourselves as the one through a grievance is to deny our own divinity. And therefore, there's like a side effect of experiencing guilt. But that's actually a desire. So I'm going to ask Jesus, Jesus, is there a desire for guilt in the subconscious mind as an experience? Jesus, is there any desire in the subconscious mind to not forgive? Is there any desire in the subconscious mind to not be peace all the time? Because perfect peace can't know agreements. Perfect love can't know agreement. Just as it does at the beginning, clearing out any ideas. I'm just clearing out. It's okay. For those who peace. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will forget who they are, as it is certain that those who will forgive will remember. Yeah, so grievances, denials are denials of divinity. It's like saying no to what we are. So, yeah, Jesus saying 100% certain is the forgetting of divine nature. One single hatred, lack of forgiveness, it's forgetting a divinity. That's how absolute it is. Jesus, I'm putting that on the altar because I can feel that in my back right now. Sure that those who hold grievances will forget. Is there any desire to hold a grievance to forget who I am in the subconscious mind? Saying, I'm willing to see that differently. As it is certain that those who forgive will remember. This is why forgiveness is so important for these grievances, because these things mask. I see that they mask the beauty and the light. This is simplicity of what Jesus is offering. How easy this is going on. It's very worthwhile. Grievances being denials of divinity, and let Him show them to me, reveal them in the subconscious mind. Would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all this were so? It's like I can see sometimes no in the subconscious mind. So I'm gonna ask Jesus, show me that different. Even knowing that there's only infinite light, I can still see sometimes there's like a desire in the subconscious mind for an experience of a grievance. That doesn't sound logical at all. I'm still turning it over to Jesus, that one. Perhaps you do not think you can let your grievances go. See that belief right there. Any belief that you can't let grievances go, that's of the ego. Like, okay, is there any belief in the subconscious mind that I can't let grievances go? I'm willing to see that. I'm willing to see through that belief in the light of truth. Is there any desire in the subconscious mind to hold on to grievances longer than, because they can be let go immediately? So I want to just see, I want to really not hold on to any grievances for any time whatsoever. Immediately. Jesus, show me no grievances. I will really feel, I can see how they deny divinity. I want to give them all over. He says that, however, is simply a matter of motivation, to, like motivation to give them up. And part of that I can see for here, the motivation, if they get really painful, we start to see how painful they are. He says that in the Course. Today we will try to find out how you will feel without them. Oh, Lord, this is good. If you succeed even by ever so little, there will never be a problem in motivation ever again. That has really helped, seeing this power, this infinite light. Begin today's extended practice period by searching your mind for those against whom you hold what you regard as major grievances. Some of these will be easy to find. And you can ask Jesus to help you too. He'll bring them right to you. So you say, Jesus, show me what they are, they'll come immediately. Even seemingly minor grievances against those you like and even think you love. It will quickly become apparent that there is no one against whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This has left you alone in all the universe in your perception of yourself. That's so true. So, yeah. Is there a desire for an experience to be alone in all the universe with perception of myself only? That's how unified. That's why unified perception becomes unified. I can see. Yeah, by giving up grievances, you can see the perception is totality. Like there isn't a perception of other anymore. Determine now to see all these people as friends. Say to all of them, thinking which turn one in turn as you do so. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. Oh, that's a great blessing. It is Jesus. It is in the desire of my heart to see everyone within myself? Is there any desire within myself not to see beings inside everyone as a part of me and come to know myself? Spend the remainder of the practice period trying to think of yourself as completely at peace with everyone and everything, safe in a world that protects you and loves you, and that you love in return. That's so happy. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over you, and holding you up. Try to believe, however briefly, that nothing can harm you in any way. The end of the practice period, tell yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I'm perfectly safe. The short practice period should include a quick application of today's idea in this form. Whenever any thought of grievances arrives against anyone, physically present or not, love holds no grievances. Let me not betray myself. Jesus, if there's any desire in the subconscious mind to betray myself, I'd like to see that differently. My true self being the SELF, being the love that I am. In addition, repeat the idea several times an hour in this form. Love holds no grievances. I would wake to myself by laying all my grievances aside and awakening in Him. This purpose is my only function. And I thank Jesus for leading me through each lesson so deeply and with so much love and appreciation. I really, I'm very grateful for Jesus, and He's available for every single one on every line of every lesson. If you feel any tension or resistance to a line, just ask Him and be willing to be shown, and He'll show you. Like even saying, "Look, I don't understand this." Just be with it and be with Jesus and be willing to be shown, and He will. Amen.